This is a Suboptimal Podcast. Check out our suboptimal content at suboptimal.co.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the NighCast. Strike here with another little topic. We're just gonna shave off little topics for now. Doubt, disappointment. This is kind of one and the same. Feel like it's a topic that's really true to myself right now. So let's talk about it and see how this helps. So one of the things that gets into at least my head as a streamer in life and being a father and everything is like self-doubt of your actions, self-doubt of what you just did. Are you doing the right thing? Are you able to do better? What can you do better? But instead of finding a solution, you cycle on that problem of, what have I done wrong versus what can I improve? And it's really hard to get out of that cycle because it just goes around and around and around. It's really bad. Really. And yes, exactly what Panda just said in chat is living in the past. And it's the cycle of living of the action you've done instead of what you can do to change or what you can do to improve and move forward. And I have been cycling on ideas of that myself. I have the self-doubt that I am on the right platform. I have the self-doubt of what I did by moving to mornings instead of staying in the evening slot. There's a lot of things that you second guess or you look at and you're like, man, am I doing things right? And it's hard to look to the future when you get into that self-doubt cycle. And so one of the things I'm working on to try to get out of that is I'm trying to change what I do. I'm trying to, instead of just doing the same old thing, like opening up Destiny and just playing, I'm trying out new games. I'm playing WoW. I'm playing Borderlands 2. I am making sure I stay to my schedule instead of going super long and losing sleep, which probably was not helping myself making better decisions because I was not getting very much sleep. I think that improving my sleep schedule is helping with the reduction of the self-doubt and allowing, as Panda perfectly brought up again, content creation is about believing in yourself. And I do believe that without believing in yourself and what your actions are, that this is not just a content creation thing. This is a life thing. This is a, being a better parent thing. This is being a better employee at work. Is I need to have the sleep so that way I can see what I'm doing better and that I can improve upon myself and get out of the self-doubt and the cycling of the wrongs I have done instead of where I can move forward into the future. So one of the things that I am working on now is that I was starting to get really focused on numbers, and that was not helping the looking towards the future thing. That was the cycling into the never ending doubt cycle. And so it really is true. Don't look at them. Don't look at them later. And that's the problem that I was having is I was looking at the numbers after a stream and I was comparing like old streams, but I got to remember, I'm not doing days. I'm not doing nights anymore. I'm now in a different slot. I'm trying to do different things. I'm in a different place. So it's one of those things where I was comparing apples to oranges. I was not doing a comparative, the right type of comparison when I was looking at that type of numbers. So I have to just like start over and start over and just go from here. And I think that it will help with the doubt and help with reflecting upon, where we've been by saying, hey, it's time to do that, time to start over. And exactly what Gummy King said, marketing is where the numbers are. I'm not looking at doing the marketing right now, so why am I looking at it? Why am I doing that to myself? And that's one of those things where it's my analytical brain that wants to look at the numbers and wants to evaluate with some type of metric, and it leads, when you don't see what you want to see, it leads to, doubting what you've done. And so it's hard. It's really hard to break out, to move past, and to pull yourself up when you are trying to do, again, that same thing, cycling. So my problem right now that I'm doubting on still is doubting with like the type of content I've created in the past. And this is where I have to sit and look at, am I still having fun doing the same things I've done before? Or what do I have the most fun doing? Because when I have fun, that leads to the content I want to create. When it leads to the content I want to create, and I'm having fun, the rest of it just makes me feel better about what I do. And then the next steps, where to go from there. Where do I want to take it? I don't have 100% plan. So that's when I lead into the doubt now into the future. So this is the great thing about my doubt cycle is I doubt what I've done and I cycle on it. And I'm like, all right, let's do something different. And you're not going to do anything better. As I make a spiral, the spiral graphs, the old things, they have the big plastic gears and you put it in there and you keep going and going and going and it just spirals out of control. That's where I've been recently. So I'm trying to figure out like where I want to go and what I want to do with this content creation journey. And there's lots of things I want to do, but with limited time, I have to really focus down on what it is that I'm doing. I agree with Gummy King that the Borderlands, Destiny, has much to be really wanting to grab a hold of really soon. And I mean, Borderlands is what? We got like 10 days to Borderlands. We have about 3 weeks to 2 weeks. 3 weeks. 3 weeks still. 3 weeks to Shadowkeep. Lots of good stuff coming out soon. Gears is in there if you have an Xbox. They might be doing PC. Oh, they are doing PC too. Okay. But I haven't played any of the other Gears games, so I have no drive to play them. I kind of want to, but I have no drive. And that's the other thing, is I need to, for me to enjoy something, I have to play the beginning of the franchise. Like right now, one of the franchises that I am doubting myself on getting back into is Assassin's Creed. I loved the Assassin's Creed franchise. I played 1 through Black Flag. And I completionist cleared every single one of those games. I loved those games. But then I stopped right before Rogue. And I'm like, man, I really want to pick that franchise back up. But at the same time, it's like, what's that going to do to my Destiny time? What's that going to do to me trying to do Borderlands? What's that me go try and play some more WoW Classic? And this is where I am focused on the doubt of the action instead of on the moving forward and picking a direction. So I'm doubting myself so much that I don't know how to make the right decision. And so that's what I'm trying to work through and work out, is making the right decisions. And making the right decision to make it fun, to make it entertaining, to have the ability to share something unique and different. And so that's what I want to do, is I want to make sure that I am finding the right focus and picking the right types of content for the right types of time that I have available to myself. Today's the start of school for my kid, so we're going to be adjusting the schedule slightly because I need to go make breakfast, make sure she's awake, and get her off to school in the mornings. And I still, work my day job and everything like that. So I'm making those slight adjustments, and that's the thing that I'm focused on right now, in reducing reducing the amount of things that I have options for is actually helping me. So I know that I only have the time to stream in the mornings. That has helped me with doubting myself of picking a time frame, because I know this is my only time to play, my only time to talk with you guys, and my only time to record the podcast. So I'm doing that. I'm fitting it into the time that I have. And because I'm making that very tight schedule with my life and making sure that I put, family first, putting forward, making sure I stay employed so I can stay, getting a paycheck. And then I come here and I'm able to focus the available time, and I don't have to doubt on that time because I know that is the time frame that I have. And so now I just got to work on the rest of it. And so that's what my journey is moving forward, is me recognizing my internal struggle of self-doubt and being able to compartmentalize that into different pieces to help me focus on each piece at a time, instead of just this big lump of mass that I can't get my head around. And so I focus on the time. I know what the time is. I know where it's going to be. I don't have to worry about that. That's done. It's settled. Now I just need to figure out my content and how that's going to be scheduled out going into the future. And that's the part that I'm working on now. I will hopefully have a better topic next week. We will talk about that on Tuesday mornings when I record the podcast. Until then, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll be uploading last week's episode and hopefully this week's episode very soon. Until then, have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.